Let's talk about this NBA age requirement that they're considering lowering the age from 19 to 18. I think there's also talk about the one and done rule. There's no specifics about ending the one and done rule, but at least lowering the eligibility age to enter the draft at 18.
I mean, I'm down for it, I guess. Like, I don't see the issue. I have no idea what the business decision behind this is. Like I would like to know because the NBA is not making no crazy rule change like that unless it benefits them. So I would really like to see the reasons for it. You know what I mean? Like what actually made them say, you know what, back in the day we changed that rule to benefit the league and now we're reversing it. I would like to see the reasonings behind that.
Let's see. Trying to skim through this article and see what some of these points are. I think one issue with this is just the development of not only physically but mentally with players coming in at a younger age. I mean, 19 is also young, but at least going to college and getting a year under your belt, I think that helps. I don't know the significance, how significant that helps, but being on your own, experience in college, and you're also playing at a higher level than high school, I think that experience does help. Coming right out of high school, there's going to be some guys who are disgusting in high school, go to the NBA, and it's just going to be overwhelming. They're not going to be able to compete at that level yet. They're just not ready, as opposed to someone who's, gone up against college competition or the G League Ignite, for example. But I don't know. Mars,
I mean,
thoughts? I'm
my,
gonna
my
start bringing
thing
some
is
folks
this,
in here.
though. Like, why would you even consider that in the age of NIL deals? Because look, if you're good
Oh, if
enough
you're a
to
player from
be,
a player's perspective.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? Because if you're good enough to go straight from high school into the league, then you're good enough to make a lot more money through NIL deals than making money in the NBA. And those NIL deals, they won't happen if you're in the league because you're just a player in the league. And not only are you just a player, but you're one of the quote unquote like average players because who's to say that you're LeBron James coming into the league averaging, 20 plus, 25 plus games. You see what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily know if I was a player if I would actually consider that now.
Right. Yeah. From the player's perspective, staying in college now is pretty enticing, especially if you're kind of a I don't know how you'd put it, like a bubble fringe guy, but you're still really good in college. Like, go and try and get some deals for sure.
At the end of the day, it's just another avenue, and it's a positive avenue for young athletes, and
For
I'm
sure.
I'm all for it, man. If you know what I mean, because it doesn't become a situation where it's like pick your poison. It's like literally, man, I can make sound decisions, what's best for me. You see what I'm saying? So
For sure.
I like it for the sport. I like it for the athletes because y'all know I'm pro athlete anyway, no matter what. So
For sure. Massive Artist, what's good, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
what up?
What are your thoughts on this?
I think when I don't know, I feel like players should go to college just because of the I would say like the climax where it goes. Like when you play in college is way different to me than NBA. Like to me, so I feel like once you go to college, you would get that experience with playing at a higher level. Because like old dude said, like no one, like you can't expect a high school player to be like LeBron James. That's like weird. So I would
Hmm.
say I don't know if I should take it to 18 just because the maturity level. Because a lot of players like we see like what's the Kevin Porter Jr. He was supposed to be this guy, but his maturity level was not really there.
There's a lot of injury in that too, though.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
no, my fault. I'm
yeah.
thinking
But
MPJ.
I'm
Sorry.
saying like up here, he didn't have it, because a lot of colleges really like get you ready for the NBA. Even though like NBA is like once you really reach there, you going back at the bottom. So
But what about players who are a certain way, like their game is a certain way, right? And it's very conducive to how they play in the league. and then they are forced to go to college, and it just stunts their growth.
I agree.
It messes with their
I,
confidence, and so
I do.
now the pro that they could have been is that's not a reality anymore because they've been
I agree.
put in
That
a box where they can't actually diversify like
yeah.
that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Because like, what did it say if LeBron did? I always say maybe LeBron, maybe Kobe and LeBron should have had about 1 or 2 years in the college, but he was already NBA ready, so I can see, like, I can see what you mean. I see what you mean because basketball to me is all about roles, about playing a role. So
Right. So there's talks about the NBA standing up a NBA Europe League, right? And so eventually, this is my thoughts on this. They will have the guys who are good enough to be pros, and definitely the type of player that shouldn't be in college because college is a very structured and like dogmatic type of style of basketball, right? That
right.
if it doesn't favor them, right, they just gonna ship them to Europe, to the NBA Europe, and like develop in that way. Would you still say, you know what, they should be going to college, or because you're just in favor of college, or are you just in favor of a player having an additional step in between high school and the NBA?
I can see that. I would say I like that idea of the Euro League just because you're right. It is a different system than playing like NBA because your role, like I said, like your role will change. Like it's kind of like I know a lot of y'all like when y'all say, well, he doesn't have as much points as this guy, but his role changes when he plays in a different game. So,
Right.
like you said, like when he plays in college, he's probably a marksman shooter. But when he goes to like the Euro League, the whole thing might change because maybe there's somebody out there like better than you at move like shooting the ball. So yeah, I think I like that idea. That I can see like both sides like going to college, but making somebody go down to 18. But it's a real thing. It's like I said to me, it's like really it really all depends on if you can fit a role.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.